We're on week 3 of the not so hostile takeover of Twitter by Elon Musk. And man, what a week! We are seeing tweet after tweet by impersonators of big names just typing the most heinous stuff. Like what we're looking at here. George W. Bush allegedly tweeting, "I miss killing Iraqis, sad face." And a quote tweet by Tony Blair, MP in the UK, saying same, TBH. This is one of countless impersonation accounts. We're going to talk about it, break it down,
break it down
on today's Not So Critical Update.
Yeah, lots of high-profile examples. The biggest, probably Eli Lilly, a fake account announcing that
insulin is now
going to be free, and they lost billions of dollars.
Billions.
I love this all so very, very much because I honestly, it's like I don't claim to be a visionary, and I swear this is not like retroactively thinking but like it seemed to me like, well, duh, that's exactly what's going to happen when you introduce paid for verification. And it's going to be what will happen when they reintroduce it, I imagine, unless they, I don't know.
And I think by this point, as we're recording this on Wednesday the 16th, they've actually rolled this back and are no longer allowing people to buy verification. Is that true?
Just quickly, for anybody who wasn't following along, but there's some people who don't use Twitter out there. I mean, I use it a lot, and I'm in a little bit of an echo chamber. So what's happened is Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, and Twitter had this thing called a blue tick, a verified account, and it was only for like big personalities, politicians, brands, things like that. So Coca-Cola could get their brand ticket, and they were all manually reviewed. So you couldn't, you could request the blue tick, but you couldn't pay for it. There was no way to. It was like a team of people would go, yeah, this is the real Coca-Cola. This is the real, Tony Blair or whatever. So what happened? One of the things that Elon Musk did when he came to power was to introduce this blue tick thing, but paid for. So $8 a month you can pay to get the blue tick, which kind of nullifies the whole point of the verified status before, which is that it was a trustworthy account. So what happened was it was when you could actually start buying this, which was a few days after he declared it to be law. Then instantly,
about a week ago now.
Yeah, and the thing was that there's your account name on Twitter, which is the @PGL. So I'm Peter Lowe on Twitter, but I'm @PGL. And then there's the display name, which is the Peter Lowe part. So people would register accounts like the real George Bush S, and then they would set their name to be George W. Bush, buy the Twitter thing, and then it would look like George Bush was tweeting, and it would have the blue tick. And up until now, for a very long time, that's meant that's the real George Bush. So what happened in a lot of cases where with the Eli Lilly thing, Eli Lilly's a big, I never heard of them before myself. Yeah, they're a pharmaceutical company that sell insulin. Somebody registered an account, they called themselves Eli Lilly, and they tweeted quite an authentic sounding tweet saying that insulin is free now. And immediately wiped off, like their stock tanked. I don't know if it was a result of them saying the actual real Eli Lilly saying, that wasn't us, or the fact that people thought that they were giving away insulin.
So this is a week ago now that all this actually happened. Another 3 days by the time you actually see this episode. And this is the problem with talking about Twitter right now, is they are such a disaster. They are fucking things up in new ways every single day. So a lot of these stories, almost certainly our audience has heard by now, but like we can't keep up. So what's the latest? The absolute latest is Musk has announced that he's looking to replace himself as CEO, which might be the first good decision he's made in this whole debacle. But they turned off authentication because Musk thought it was draining server resources. They failed to meet reporting deadlines for the American government and for the European government for GDPR requirements. Just story after story after story where they
were running a dev build on prod. They were running a dev build on production, which is not good.
It's fired so many people.
So back to the blue tick thing, I just want to correct one thing that was said, which is Twitter Blue was a thing. Twitter Blue was a paid thing. It didn't have a verification mark. But then Musk dictated it will. For $8, you can also be verified. So if you go back and watch a video from last week where we talked about the cybersecurity issues that Musk is introducing with this, I basically said that this was going to happen. It was very easy to predict that this will be easily done because when you can't manually approve 10,000 requests. So
it blows my mind. How did you think this wasn't going to go wrong immediately?
But according to Elon Musk's mother, she said to be nice to him because he's a genius.
That's true.
That's a verbatim quote.
I don't know. Oh man,
I can see it. You know, like I can see the narcissism development in his childhood, like always being called her little special boy and stuff, like her little genius. Of course, like everything adds up. Like it makes perfect sense. And then of course, let's not forget that Elon Musk complained about how things are loading slowly on Android and ended up having this conversation, if you can call it that, with one of the lead devs on the Android team.
Right.
The lead dev basically wrote a book on Twitter towards Musk saying, here's everything that we've done, here's everything we can do. And then Elon fires him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what gets me about this whole, drama. I don't know what to call it. There's so many words you could use. This whole clusterfuck.
Clown show.
Yeah, clown show. That's good. Is just that he's being such a dick about the whole thing. Like it just, I don't know. He's not even trying. It seems like.
At least it took all the attention off of the change in the work from home policy. I guess is the upside for him. Maybe nobody's even talking about that anymore.
One of the so the way I get my news is I go to bbc.com/news and I look at the top 10 stories. That's pretty much it. I just saw today that one of the Elon Musk tells staff to work long hours or leave. Elon Musk has told Twitter staff that they must commit to working long hours at high intensity or else leave the company, according to reports. Basically, there's a thing that says they have to click on a link by 5 o'clock EST on Thursday if they want to be part of the new Twitter. And he added blah, blah, blah. And basically, they get three months severance if they don't do it. And that's it, really. So he's back in the news for that kind of shit as well.
So how do you like? I mean, they're paying these people a lot of money. Is that unreasonable?
What? Which bit?
Asking them to work that he would want them to work this hard?
It is unreasonable. People are sleeping at the office. They're feeling so pressured.
Yeah, he loves that though. There was one of the executives who was like bragging about that she'd brought her sleeping bag into the office, and she tweeted out like, hardcore life or something like this. Like it's just.
I'm sure he's getting great, effective work out of those people. We're actually going to talk about this topic in later in the week. We had some work reform stories about the 4-day work week, which is awesome. And also, what was the other one? Digital presenteeism. So we'll get to that later in the week. But we won't be able to go another week without talking about Twitter. So I guess we'll find out what gets fucked up next. Oh yeah, like and subscribe.